McTaggart are telling us that researchers are finding out as truth that what spiritual teachers have been telling people for decades, that our bodies are more than flesh and bones, that we are actually something very, very much more than that. And we are connected to a universal energy field, a central field of energy that not only helps us grow and helps our body function that we're part of, but it's part of the entire cosmos itself. Isn't that incredible? I wrote down that we have that in the universe itself, they've discovered that there's a central organizing force in the universe that governs our body and also governs the cosmos. Can we accept that or believe that? And it's a pulsating energy. And what she tells us through this research is that each one of us is an energetic charge. That we're a pulsating energy flow. And that we're connected to all that there is. And that this energy flow really dictates things like, whether we're going to be well or not well or ill. Whether we're going to experience a delightful world experience or otherwise. And so the consciousness of gratitude is one that is pretty much, I think, avoided by the masses because they don't understand what it is. That they don't understand that it does make us whole. And what it is that it's a vibratory situation. When we're connected to gratitude, I was trying to go into this morning, and sometimes we turn the radio on, and we want to listen to KMJ, but we're on some other frequency, and so there's static and electricity there. So when we plug into gratitude, we're on the same frequency as a frequency of the universe itself that wants to give us all that we desire. So anyway, that idea of gratitude, there's a statement that I really love. It's about a story about a guy named Paul. Paul was dyslexic. He was not very good in school. He couldn't read, and he was very upset about that and very negative about his life experience. Because he wasn't doing well at school, but he found out that there was some qualities about him they liked. He was generally a nice person. He was kind, and he was good to people, and people gravitated to him. But his problem was he was not very good academically. So this high school teacher took him aside once and said this. She said, "You know, Paul, everything that happens to us contributes to our well-being. Everything." She says, in your case, be grateful and look at this as a gift of what you don't have as a gift, because it's going to open some doors for you and will bring into your life experience new possibilities. So you've got to stop being negative towards what you consider bad things. They aren't bad. They're gifts. Start looking at and be grateful for them. Because everything, Paul, that happens to you contributes to you. You buy into that? It's kind of neat, isn't it? And what it does for me, it shows that I need to be grateful for every day, all my life experiences. I need to be grateful for it. And so what happened was, he got all kinds of inspiration to do things. He started being grateful for everything that he was, and he got inspiration to go to community college, and he got in, all right? And he started doing pretty well, but he decided, he was looking at this whole situation of college, and he found that the kids there didn't have any way to copy their work. There's no way to copy their work. And he thought, my gosh, maybe I can do something for them. So he got right outside the campus, he got a little room. And he got some friends of his who knew more than he did about technology. They invested in this little copy machine. And they opened the business and started providing service. And he was so loving, and he attracted people, not because they necessarily wanted to do their copy work, but they wanted to be with him. It's kind of interesting. And then it was doing so well, and so he needed to surround himself with more people who knew more technology, so he opened another little shop around town. He ended up with over 1,000 shops, copy shops, and sold Kinko's for $200 million. And don't tell me that gratitude doesn't work. Here in this man's situation, he started out being negative about what he didn't have, or negative about some aspect of his life, and it turned out to be such a magnificent. There are stories like this that express itself, thousands of them throughout the universe. There's an author, and her name is, and I always get it, her name is Susan Ariel Rainbow Kennedy. She has inspired literally millions of people in the universe. She sold over 2 million copies of her book. Her latest book was Prosperity Pie. Anybody ever hear of Prosperity Pie? And what she said was, and her work reminds all of us that from the darkness of our life, there's a light, a bright and shining light in all that happens. And the entire realization that out of the darkness comes the light. And the darkness we look at as things like, well, if people didn't treat us very well, you know, all the things that we would try to avoid, those are, we consider the darkness in our life. But she said that we may push away the darkness, but it has a way of creeping back into our life experiences. And as such, what happens on that is that everything that happens to us contributes to us. There's a 18th century Zen master. His name was Pan Shan. And he got his satori, you know what a satori is, his awakening. He was at the butcher shop, and he heard this person saying to the butcher, slice me the best stuff that you have. The best stuff that you have. And the butcher responded to the guy and said, look around you. It's all good stuff. And so the satori of this Zen master was this. He started looking around, and he saw the sky, he saw the people, his friends, he saw everybody around him, and he saw the fact that he was in good health, and he saw this, and he realized it's all good stuff. And so I thought about this good stuff when we look at our own travels and our own unique paths, and we look at all the disappointments we had, all the dark night stuff that we had, that we experienced, all the things that brought us right here in this room today. And we look back and we can all say, you know, it's all good stuff. Can we do that? Let's clap for good stuff. There's a true story about looking back. I need to do this. Just to liven things up a bit. This governor and his wife decided to get away from politics for a while and go on a little trip in their car. And they were going to visit an old town that his wife grew up in. And so they were traveling along, and they come to this service station, and the service attendant came out, and she got out, and they recognized each other. And she was filming down, and they were chit-chatting, and they were having fun. They were really enjoying life, and everything was great. She gets back in the car, and they're traveling along, and the governor's quiet. He didn't say much. And then finally he said, you must have known that person. Oh yeah, we were friends in high school, and we spent a lot of time together. He's a really good person. And he said, you must be grateful that you're the wife of the governor of the state. And you must be thinking, my gosh, if I married that guy, you would be the wife of a service station attendant. And the wife thought for a moment, and she said, no, that's not what I was thinking about. She said, I was thinking that the service station attendant, had he married me, would have been the governor of this state. You like that? So anyway, I knew Maggie would like it. What a saving grace here. So as we go on this week, and we're going to close this down as we continue this month, I don't know why we don't tap into this consciousness of gratitude. Why are we doing this? It's so life-enhancing. So I decided I would be doing it. I've been doing it for a while. And so when I wake up in the morning, I like to say, you know, forward to this. I bless this day and all the love and abundance that comes my way. It rhymes. Why not do that? If each one of us would do to start the day connected to that life force of the universe that quantum physics are trying to resolve and unravel, that it's there already, we know it's there. And why not start the day like that? So we know that our connection to this life force of the universe itself that enhances our life is the consciousness of gratitude. And say it with me loud and clear. And so, we're done. That's it for today.